Today, on a bonus episode of the Creative Writing Podcast, I'm filling in for Kirsten, and we're talking all about the importance of building a community where everyone knows your name. Yeah, just like Cheers.
I can't go back to sleep, it's almost light. These restless thoughts have kept me up again tonight. One by one the stars are disappearing from the horizon.
Welcome back to another edition of the Creative Writing Podcast. I am clearly not Kirsten. I am Matt McCarrick, and I am the community wizard for Kirsten's Facebook group. So I've been getting to know Kirsten most of this year, and we've developed an awesome relationship. And she sent me a message last night, and guess what? Drum roll, she's having tech issues. I've kind of come to the conclusion that Kirsten loves tech, but I don't think tech loves Kirsten. Right now, though, I feel for her because I've been there before when you have one computer that you are depending on and it crashes. And so she's having a few issues with her computer, but she is hoping to get it up and going by tomorrow. And that would be great because she has an amazing interview planned this week. It's already been edited. It's in the can. It's just sitting on her computer ready to go. And she has a great episode this week with Chris Syme of the Smarty Pants Book Marketing Podcast. She got a hold of me and asked me to post something, just a quick one today. And specifically, since I'm the community manager, or we like to say community wizard, to talk to you about the importance of community and specifically how you can get connected in with our Facebook group. Because I gotta tell you, it is one of my favorite places to be online. It truly is. There's days where I don't even do other social media, but I love to check in with the creative writing community and the creative private community that is for her paid membership classes. And those two communities have really become kind of my go-to for encouragement, but also to see what is going on, in the writing community, what maybe some new tools are, just all sorts of stuff. I love it for a few different reasons. Well, before we get into that, let's just talk about the importance of community. One thing that I've learned over the years of blogging and writing is it's hard to be an island. Like at first you think that you need to do it all on your own because writing can be lonely. It can be very lonely. You're just sitting at your computer and sit down and you're just hammering away at the keys, trying to get that idea, whether it's nonfiction or fiction. You want to get your art out into the world. And I commend you for that. That is amazing. Well, I learned something a long time ago that whole lonely island idea is really a bunch of crap. Can we just be honest? It's just a bunch of crap. There's no way you can do that without a support system, without people, especially in today's internet, fast-paced world. I mean, we had a great conversation last night over just the best app to use to put some quotes on an image to put on Instagram, but if you don't know what it is, you can spend so much time on the App Store. I know I did because I did it a couple years ago, trying out app after app after app. And yet Stephanie was able to say, hey, what's the best one? And everyone was like, you got to try WordSwag. And I was a big fan of WordSwag. And she was just asking back and forth, okay, well, there's a paid option. Is it worth it? Maybe it's only $5, but now she was able to make an informed decision about what was the best for her situation. Now, maybe that's a silly example for just a phone app to be able to put something on Instagram until you're in that situation. I mean, we've had discussions about everything from phone apps to writing platforms and the best tools to use and who uses this format, who's on WordPress, how do you get on Amazon, what's the best way to do this, formatting, should you hire someone, all these things that we talk about all the time in the group. And if you're trying to do that on your own and you're just like, well, I have Google. Google is great. I Google all the time. But if we can go to a place where we can ask questions of people who have been there and they know what works and what doesn't, and they can offer true, honest advice. Now, as wonderful as it is to get advice on apps and platforms and programs and all that, that's great. But what I really love about our community and what you need in your life, whether it's through the Facebook group or some other way, is to find a community where people know your name. See, that's something that we've built and that Kirsten has worked hard to build in her Facebook groups. Man, I got to tell you, I belong to a lot of Facebook groups, and 90% of them I can't stand. I need to delete some of them, honestly. That's like my true confession for today, is like I need to get out of some of those groups, because you go on there and it's just like link drop after link drop after link drop, and no one's commenting. This is basically just a spam group. I hate that, or you go into other groups and it's just like, controversial thing after controversial topic, and it's like, that's not even what this group is supposed to be about. And then I go into one of Kirsten's groups, and it's encouraging. And I'm talking to friends, people that I met through this group. People like Matt and Mary, or Kelly, or Sharon, Anita, Mira, Roland, Michelle, Mary Ann, Jenny, Rebecca, Cheryl, Sally. All people that I know on a first name basis that I wouldn't have known just a few months ago. And you think, oh, Matt, you're just making this up. You're just throwing out names or whatever. Or you just looked up a few people in the group. No. These are people that I know and who know me, and I know what's going on in their life. I met Matt, who is also a pastor in the same denomination church that I go to. We hit it off really fast, and I love seeing what he's doing. He's in the process of creating new content. He just started a new Facebook group, and right now he's discussing in the group, hey, I'm kind of passionate about starting a podcast, but maybe not. Maybe I should do the blog thing. What do I do? And we're helping him kind of flush that out a little bit and see what he wants to do. Or Mary, who is our WordPress guru. I mean, I don't think a week goes by, probably not a day or two goes by, where someone doesn't ask a question where either myself or Kirsten tags Mary and says, hey, can you, take care of this? One, Mary is super helpful. I mean, she gives the greatest advice and is so kind and caring, and will help you out. Two, I don't think she ever has to worry about finding clients, because we're throwing people to her every week. Or Sharon, who just wrapped up her first course. She's building it now and getting it out into the world. Roland, he will help you develop a healthier lifestyle 365 days a year. And Jenny, with a G, just launched her first ebook to build up her email list, to dive into that whole email thing that Kirsten talks about all the time. Rebecca is our mama guru, and Cheryl is actually doing a 52-week writing challenge on Medium, which sounds crazy. I mean, talk about the commitment to that. I also love Sally. She's working on a book outline. She just did this whole mind mapping of a new book. She's outlining it now. And these are real stories of real people that we see every day, and we share our lives with one another. And it's exciting. So I want to encourage you. If you feel like you're that lonely island, you need to find a community. And it can be a few different ways. It can be just getting a local writers group together. Meet at Starbucks, find a coffee shop, do something where you can meet once a week, every other week, once a month even, whatever it is, to be able to connect with like-minded writers so you can share ideas, bounce stuff off of each other. You need that in your life. And I think the fastest way, the best way, because you always have a computer with you, you always have a phone with you, is through quality online community. Kirsten was honestly, in the Creative Writing podcast and her website, was a breath of fresh air for me. And I'm like, man, this is a community that I want to be a part of. And so it was really just this year that I believed that you could have true, authentic online community. Before that, I wasn't too sure. It just all kind of felt fake and superficial. And now, after being in the group, after being the community wizard of the group, I realized, no, I have really solid friendships and really know what's going on in the lives of these other community members, and they know what's going on in my life. And I know what projects they're working on, and they know what I'm doing. And I got to tell you, that is so refreshing. I hope that you'll see the importance of this, especially if you feel like you're just a lonely writer. You don't have to be. Take the time, invest the time into building a community and engaging in relationship with others. It's so important. We were not meant to live the creative life on our own. If you want to be a part of our community, I got to tell you, maybe I'm a little biased, but I think it's one of the best. It is great. It's the best that I've ever seen. If you want to do it, go to createifwriting.com/community. That will send you straight to our Facebook group page. Shoot us a request. We'll get you approved, and we would love to see you in there. And then you'll also get to meet Mary and Matt and Roland and Mira and Michelle and Jenny and Rebecca, all right? Because they are in there. They're real people. You'll also see Kirsten. She is in there more than probably what she needs to be. She is so passionate about this. I see other online creators and bloggers and podcasts who just kind of pop in every once in a while. She is there so much. Sometimes I'm like, you need to back out of the group a little bit so I can do my job as community manager. I was getting ready to post a discussion, and then you posted like 3 things right in a row. So we have a good time. We have a lot of fun in there. And I just want to encourage you to check out the group, because you don't need to do this on your own. I want to say thank you to Kirsten for letting me post today and publish for her. It's a huge honor. If you want to learn more about me, my whole goal is helping you to grow deeper in your walk and faith with Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian, and I live what I call a love first philosophy, that we need to love first before anything else, before the arguments, before trying to prove ourselves right or other people wrong. I'm so tired of that. I want to live a love first philosophy. That is what I'm about. That's what my blog is about. I also have a podcast called the One Verse Devotional Podcast. I'm excited about it. We just finished our first year. It's a 5-day-a-week podcast, but it's only about 5 minutes a day. We just take 5 minutes a day to look at one verse to help you grow just a little bit deeper in your faith every single day. That can be all found at phosphorusproject.com. That's PHOSPHORUS project.com. You'll see the button for the podcast. That'll take you where you need to go and get you the subscribe buttons. Or you can just look us up in iTunes, search for devotional, search for One Verse Devotional, search for Matt McCarrick, whatever you need to do. I would love for you to join me at phosphorusproject.com. So thank you, Kirsten, for letting me do this. It's been an honor. I also want to say thank you to Jasmine Commerce of JasmineCommerceMusic.com. As always, we love hearing her songs as we come into the podcast. It just kind of sets it up. What a great song to kind of lay out the beauty and even the struggle of the creative life. So thank you to Jasmine Commerce, thank you to Kirsten, and thank you to you for listening and supporting creative writing. Please go to creativewriting.com/community. I expect this week to have a ton of new requests, because you're finally going to do it. You've heard Kirsten talk about it and you think, oh man, I should really do that. Make this the week that you finally join the Facebook group and stop doing this on your own. Have a great day.